And you're live, it says.
Cool.
But not on the iPad yet. Looks like Vicky's here.
I'm just looking on YouTube.
Oh, it's on now. He came on. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone.
And there it is. And hello, Vicky. Hello, hello. Yeah.
Okay,
so good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you out there. I see Cindy is joining us. Hi, Cindy. I am trying to move things out of the way because I got a bunch of junk out on my desk. How about that? Hey, everybody. I want you all. Hi, Gina. Hi, Ingrid. I want you all to say happy birthday to you because Shel's got one coming up this week. So, we need to recognize that.
It's still 9 days away.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
And that's a weird piece of paper. Well, might be a good place to start. I don't know.
I am still working on junk I got on my desk. I was pulling stuff out this morning. Hi, Sybil. And hi, Linda. I was making these little stampy things. This is one that I had drawn. I'd drawn a pansy. And then what I do is I'll take my scissors. I've used a stylus and gone around the image, drew it with my pen, and then I'm just going to cut this out. Did you start your other camera, Shel?
I did. Did you?
I'm just doing that now. Oh, boy. Yeah, last week, no video because my camera was set on camera instead of video. So, yeah, did not get a video. Gotta look at those things, I guess. Darn it.
Sometimes we have to.
Theme for today is whatever wild hair strikes me. So I was just cleaning this stuff off my desk. I saw this here, so I was finishing up this one so that I can use it on a gel plate or something later. And Shel, what are you working on today?
I'm going to do another mixed media collage for the 100-day project, and I haven't decided. I just grabbed a couple crappy pieces of paper to start with. This is obviously some sort of palette paper or something. I don't know what it is. But it's got these weird neutrals on it. And I thought it kind of looked a little bit like the colors from the mood board. This is a very bad printing of the mood board because you can see these lines through the middle of it where my printer is being a jerk. Running out of ink probably, which I probably only printed 5 things and it's out of ink again. It's a stupid printer.
Yeah.
But it's got that same kind of peachy pink, and it's got some green and some neutrally colors like these rocks. And I thought, hey, let's glue that sucker down. So yeah, I don't have a big plan today. I'm going to do my 100-day project piece. And this is a 5x7 canvas.
That's a good project to work on, I pulled out some Daniel Smith watercolor because I wanted to make a palette with some of my favorite colors. You guys know that my daily art many times is including watercolor work. And so I have this really cool palette that a friend of mine had sent me. And so I put some of those Daniel Smiths out in this palette. So I don't think she's in the crowd, but thank you. I love this little palette. And, I like my blues and greens and browns, my earthy tones. I've got a little splash of alizarin crimson, some titanium buff. But I think this is a pretty palette. And I'm thinking, you know, for what I'm using this for. I don't know if you guys have been following me on Instagram. Where's my journal? Journal, where are you?
It's on walkabout.
Yeah,
Sometimes they do that.
this is the small journal. This is a handmade journal that I did probably a year or so ago, and I have my daily pages, my watercolor pages that I'm working on in this journal. So you know, I've got an assortment of stuff. Well, yesterday's was this one, and it's just, you know, a lot of watercolor background. And so I wanted to make a palette that was those earthy tones. Hey, Marie. And you know how I slosh stuff down for a background. So I will just take my brush and use some of these lovely colors that I put out here. Get those wet down a bit. And just, you know, start to play with these Daniel Smith in here. So this will end up being, you know, a background for something that I doodle on top of. So that's what I was setting up this palette for, was these earthy tones and these, you know, I like the fern type imagery, this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm headed with that one. You know, when I come down here before the show, I work on multiple things that I might be doing throughout the week. So this is just one of the things that I've been doing throughout the week. Hey, Susan. Hi. So another friend had gifted me this lovely Mission Gold set. And I've been using this for a project you saw me start on the hop last week. And I think I'm going to finish that piece out today. And what I'm using is not just the Mission Gold, but the this is the March mood board. And yesterday I started on the background for this piece. This is the watercolor ground piece that I did. And if you don't know about it, it's on my channel, Peg Robinson on YouTube. And I show you how to create a background like this using watercolor ground in one of these Canson boards. And so I'm using other than watercolor paper on this, and you can see, you know, there's music paper. It's there. It's in the background. I'm going to go look at my camera settings because I don't like what's going on here.
Your camera's being a jerk?
Yeah, my camera's being a jerk.
So this piece of paper that I'm tearing up and putting in my background is actually from packaging, and I just thought it was really pretty. It says Palatini. I don't know what that is, but it was some sort of packaging of some, I don't know. I save that stuff, just like this under piece here is a piece of my palette or my under paper or something, who knows. And for a first layer, I'm just going to do collage. I'm just gluing stuff down. Really, it's not, I mean, I'm picking the colors I want or whatever, but it's not like I'm really thinking about it. I was looking for these kind of colors from the mood board, which has some blush pink tulips. It's got some green northern lights. It's got a green shamrock. It's got some cherry blossoms over here. They're kind of that blush pink. And then it has some ancient stones like you might see in Ireland or something. And it's just mostly for me about the colors. So I'm looking for these blush pinks, these red, red tones or whatever, like these buds, and then some of these greens, and just gluing stuff down to start with. So really just random stuff, random. But you know how I like to be random.
Yeah.
This one's interesting because it's a gel print and it's got burlap texture. I used a piece of burlap to create texture on it. And I thought the colors were kind of in this group here. So looks like based on this piece I glued down that I might be doing some circular shapes. Although that doesn't really fit with the moon board, but it doesn't really matter because it's just about the colors more than anything. For me, I'm all about the colors, and the more I think about that, the more I realize that that is true. That everything seems to start, in my case, the way I do art, with color and color combinations. That's kind of where I go for some reason. Also,
Right.
I like composition. I think about composition, but I also mostly just color. So, I mean, that's a good place to start, right? I've got some of those colors, get some of the weird papers and textures, and then I'll move from there. And in this case today, what you guys are seeing from me is 100% intuitive spontaneity. I have not planned anything. Yesterday I was sick. I was in bed all day and I just didn't feel like working, and so there is no planning. You're seeing how I create if I just sit down at my desk and do it. That's what we're doing. And I mean, I do that, you guys have seen that me do that somewhat, but I mean, really today I am unprepared. So Vicki, Sybil, Ingrid, Marie, Susan, thank
Carla
you,
just joined. Hi, Carla.
Carla. Yep, that's Linda. I think Linda's up here at the top. Cindy, I don't know if Gina. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining us. So happy to see people come in and hang out and, play with us for a little while.
So I did videotape the sketching and the colorizing of the background and everything, and my fast version will have all of that in it. It's just, yeah, I can't do the whole thing in an hour and a half show. So this had to dry down enough for me to come in and do some color on these other areas. So if later, after I get everything put together in a video uploaded to my channel, you'll see the fast version that'll have all of that. If you're interested in how, the original piece was in the hop last week, and that shows you how I created the background. And then this painted background will be part of the fast video from today, because it takes a number of hours to do something like this. It's not just an hour and a half that I spend on a piece like this. It takes quite a few hours.
She also likes to dry down naturally, which takes more time too. I'm not as much into that. I fast dry everything, but
I like the look. I like what happens. Yeah. Especially
it does flatten out more and look better when you dry down naturally. It's just, I'm just very, very impatient, and I most often heat dry everything. And then, I mean, after I put all the layers on, only the top part is dry that I've heat dried, and then I just let everything dry naturally after that. This color is so weird. It is called Naples Red Light. Naples Yellow Red Light. but it is definitely the color in this mood board. Kind of a weird pinky peach color, which I've been kind of thinking is cool lately. I don't know why. Maybe we'll grab some maple yellow too. Ah, we've got maple yellow. If this is Naples red yellow light, yellow red light, and this is Naples yellow, they don't seem to have any relation to each other. But hey, let's go with some Naples yellow. Why not?
Why not?
Because it's a really great color.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a really cool color. I don't know. It's yellow, but yet it's not so yellow that you're like, oh, it's yellow.
Hi, Mina. Glad you're here.
Oh yeah. But see how well those two go together though? So they are related, even though by the eye they don't seem like they are. Interesting. Very interesting and strange colors.
So I used my, I think I used my brush pen that has, what is it? Ha! I think I have it right out here to show you guys. I am not prepared. Here we go. I used, this is the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen, okay,
Oh, love it.
with the cartridges. And Shel and I both love this pen. We were introduced to this a couple of years ago. Pentel had gifted me a bunch of these for me and my friends, and so I shared them around, and they were the best thing since sliced bread for me. It's like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. But it's got that lovely brush tip, and so I could sketch this out real well with this. And then, you know, it's got the cartridges that you can replace. So it's not a toss pen, it's a refill pen, and I like that too.
It makes such cool marks. Because it's a brush, it
Yeah.
makes anything from very thin to very fat and back and forth. And it's just, I'm obsessed with that brush actually. I've been obsessed with it for a while. If you guys follow my channel, you'll see the Pentel Pocket Brush.
That's right. We were both obsessed with it. I'm telling you, you know, that and the Posca, and, you know, there's just a number of tools that Shel and I have become reliant upon that, you know, just are part of our arsenal when we go to create.
For sure. All right.
Let's see. I want a good red. I was kind of drawn to, I like this Crimson Lake. Let's see what this looks like. It's a little pinky. I might have to add some red to that. Let's get some Quinn Rose and add in here.
What do I want? So on the mood board, the shamrock or clover has kind of a heart or a teardrop shape. So do these little petals on this cherry blossom, and even the petals on the tulips have this shape like this, right? Kind of. It's on the shamrocks, it tends to be a little bit more like a heart. But this stencil from
Stencil, right,
which is SGS727, so Stencil Girl S27. I think these are supposed to be butterfly wings. I'm not sure. But I was thinking I could use it somehow. And I think, strangely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use texture paste. Because see, the thing about the mood board, you don't have to make a tulip because there's a picture of a tulip, or a cherry blossom because there's a picture of a cherry blossom. It's the color, it's the idea of March. Like, you know, for me, March has a lot of Celtic roots. You know, we've got Ireland and the St. Patrick's Day type situation. There's other saints' days from Wales and from Scotland during this month. And then the green of spring, the green of things, rebirth, all that type of stuff, and flowers is what the mood of March feels like to me, right?
Yep.
So that's how this comes about, and it's only for inspiration. It's just to use not the literal, but more the idea of getting in the mood of it. That's what mood boards are. I know some people have been asking in the group lately, what is that? Where is it? What is it? What's it for? Seen a lot of comments lately.
Yeah, there have been. Well, and you know, we've got a lot of new people in the group, so I want to welcome them. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. We have a real helpful group. I love that people jumped in and explained things to other people there, because Shel and I can't be there all the time to explain everything immediately. So you guys are the community. You make up the community. You help explain things to people. So it's really beneficial.
Yeah. I think it was Debbie.
Yeah.
Was answering some questions. Debbie Court was answering some questions.
Yeah. So we appreciate that. Really, we do.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, because like yesterday I was in bed all day.
Yeah.
For the bathroom, and I wasn't there to answer questions, and we don't have a bunch of moderators or anything, so it's helpful when the people in the community pop on and say the answers to things.
Well, and you guys are in there at different times of day too. You know, we're not there 24/7, so you guys are there at different times and can help. You know, because like Debbie, she's in the UK.
Yep.
We're asleep.
Yeah. We were probably asleep when she answered those questions. Okay, those are definitely the right shapes. That's a good stencil for that sort of a whatever I was trying to go for there. Maybe it's not butterfly wings. Do we think this stencil is butterfly wings? I don't know. I thought it was, but I guess it's whatever you want to make it. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here in some areas that I don't want paste, like the edges. And I was not prepared for paste, so I don't have anything to drop this into to keep it from
Ruh-roh.
gross. Ruh-roh. So I'm going to need to go dump it in the sink here in a second. I usually, when I think I'm going to work with any kind of things that might get stuck to my stencil, like paste, I usually have just like a shallow dish pan of water to dump them into. But I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, how better? Do I really want that many? Maybe I don't want that many. Huh. What do I think? Is it too much? This big one might be too much. You know, I can probably cut it down a little by just taking away parts of it. It's already starting to dry. See, I can just wipe off this outer edge. And and that might solve my, whoops, went a little too far there. That might solve my issue, maybe.
This is not a male cardinal, in case you hadn't figured it out. I don't know. I was feeling more the female of the species today. I don't think they get enough credit in the bird world, you know, because they don't have the bright, colorful plumage and the guys have. The guys, it's all sexual attraction. I'm sorry. Not. And then the females have to hide, you know, they have to hide in the thicket and protect the babies, and yeah.
It looks like we have a new person to the group. Hi, Katie. And Debbie, we were just talking about her and how she answered the questions, and then she showed up.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. We appreciate you. Okay, so I want, what do I want? I want something dark, but I want a brown. I want a brown, but I want a nice dark brown because I'm making my branch here. So I'm going to mix up a little color. Yeah, your ears were burning. Yeah, probably were.
Which one do I want?
So I just want to get these branches in here.
I don't have any way of trying them to figure out which one I want without messing it up. Peg, which one do I want? Probably not.
Well, I don't know. What are you thinking?
Maybe this one. This is that beige color. Tea, something iced tea, or I can't remember.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, this is a good color.
It is. It is. I need to drag those out more. I haven't had them out enough to play with.
So this is the iZinc Ice translucent glazing gel, and I bought this from Seth After store, in case you were wondering. And what I wanted to do is like go down in these little cracks. It's translucent because it's designed to be translucent, right? That's the whole point of it. It's a glaze. Yeah. But I mostly just want to emphasize those. This one might not be dark enough. I might need the black after all, maybe. Whoops. Wasn't it all dry right there? Just messed it up. That's what I get for trying to force it dry with heat.
I kind of like it. But then that's me. So yeah, this was something that I knew was going to take time, and you know, sometimes you just want to take your time and do a piece. It's like that collage cat that took time because you know you had to dry down the layers. Did you guys all see our stencil girl post for this week? Let me grab that.
Oh, the stencil girl was fun this month.
Yeah, this was the kitty cat that I did for our collaboration. And what we were doing was something in another artist style. So I was doing something in Shel style. Shel was doing something in my style. You notice the purple came out. Not my normal color.
But you're liking it better. You told me earlier that you were into purple now, kind of.
Well, I like it better than I did before I did this piece. Oh, I got a piece coming up I got to glue down. But yeah, this was definitely Shel style because it was all collage and, you know.
Me? Collage?
Collage. Collage, yes. So
I never collage. I don't know what you're talking about. So this is the black from the stuff after. It's just making it a little bit darker. This. Not sure. Get some of that texture. This is a very textured piece because that underpiece that I glued down had drops of paint glued to it. Like it was bumpy. Hard to see, but it was bumpy. I don't know if that helped. I don't know. We'll see.
So the reason these papers are accepting this watercolor so well is because of that watercolor ground that's down here. It's helping the process.
So I thought that was black when you scrape it out onto something, it's more of a brown. It's just using up the excess and see it's more like a purpley brown of some sort. Just didn't want to waste it. So maybe that one's the iced tea. I don't know. The ones I got from him when they first came out have French writing. So they don't have like the new American names or whatever. Okay, what do I think about that? Can't wipe it back anymore. Whoops. Dang it. Need to stop touching it. Now we need to bring some of that pinkish reddish color back. But what do I have? Oh dear. Mickey decided to have a bark.
Oh, I want a liner. What do I do with my liner?
Come on, shake up. I think this one's called. What color is this? Venetian pink. So it should be like a coral color. Let's find out. Just a little bit of it on there. That's the right color. Okay, Mika, come in. Just push the door. You know how to do it. Apparently hanging out under the desk wasn't good enough. She had to go have a bar and then come back, and now she wants to come back and be like, hey, Mom, did you hear me? A bar? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Well, and then she went back out. She got to go tell somebody else. I obviously was not impressed enough
Evidently.
with her bark ability. All right, so this is really standing out over there. So let's get another color. What color's this one? Nah, I don't think so.
Hi, Kelly, Katie.
How about a little bit of that one?
Thanks. Yeah, the cat was fun. Not every day you get purple cats, right?
Well, you should.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit of that on there. What do we think about that?
It just makes them all the more cool. So I'm just pulling out a little bit of that pink tone with a liner brush to highlight these blossoms. This kind of has the, you see this cherry or apple blossom picture down here. Kind of has the feel of that. And that's kind of what I was going for in here. I'm going to add some greens in, bring in some of those spring greens.
That's what mine needs to, is to bring some of this green back, because now I've like kind of got rid of it a little bit. He needs these other colors a little bit over here. It's getting there, but it's not there. Thanks for joining us, Laura. And Barbara.
Hey, ladies, how you doing today? Hope it's bright and sunny and a nice day for you today. We've actually warmed up. We're above freezing. I love it. I've been out sitting outside a little bit, just enjoying the sunlight, because we have to soak up the sun while we can. Just when I take the garbage can out or go pick up the newspaper or something, I've just been kind of enjoying being out of doors without freezing my tuchus.
Don't want to freeze your tuchus.
Yeah. So this definitely is a mixed media piece with all those paper pieces that are underneath there. And, the line drawing with the pocket brush pen. You know, it's what I like to do, the whole mixing it up kind of thing.
Me too.
Now I definitely need, what green do I want to use here?
I don't know.
I want something, maybe Hooker's green.
That's a good choice. That's a
Yeah,
very good choice.
it's a nice green.
It's the kind of green that you would see this time of year, like a kind of, it's verdant.
Yeah, I mean you get a lot of the limey, like our when our, what is that, sunburst locust starts blooming, it'll be more of a limey green.
Yeah. My mom always, every time I would try to put that color on something for spring, that limey color, she's like, that just means that it's under fertilized.
Well,
She doesn't
no,
like
my
that color.
tree is actually, it actually comes out that yellow green. It blooms that way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you see a lot of that color during the spring, that kind of real pale, new shoots type color.
Yeah.
She didn't like it. She's like, no, that's not right.
Well, she needs to come to the Midwest and see my beautiful tree. Because it is absolutely gorgeous when it's in full bloom in the spring. It's just, you know, it lights up. No,
So
that's
now I
pretty
got green
bright.
gold, putting a couple different colors on.
That is mighty bright green. I might have to add a little gray to that tone. Tone it back a bit.
Can always mix it.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Which we do, which we do.
Yeah.
Just blending a little bit of that out onto the wood itself too. Picked up a little bit too much there.
That's so weird. You know that you know how the stencils sometimes have those, like it says Stencil Girl products or TCW or whatever, and you're using it and you put some texture paste or whatever on, and then you end up with the words.
Yeah.
Right here I've got Stencil Girl products, and I didn't notice it, so I didn't wipe it back before it was dry. Really was not my intention. So coming back in with some of this same weird Naples red yellow light to bring those shapes back up. And I've been off the screen probably the entire time. You guys need to yell at me.
Huh. One of the things about watercolor is to get the depth, a lot of times you need to layer. You know, you can't just go with your first layer. You need to add additional.
Yep, and you got to let it dry in between. And
Yep.
it makes
Which
me
is
want
why
to pull my hair out.
you'll see me move around the painting and do different areas. So things have a chance to dry down a little bit.
That's the way the pros do it. You do a section here, a section there. Okay, so I've got that on there. It all seems kind of one note. Not that thrilled with it. Might use some of this tissue paper to bring back that writing stuff that was on these pieces. Maybe. Because I did like that. What about, you know, the writing on there? It was interesting to me, and now it's kind of been a little bit obliterated. Maybe. This is printed tissue paper from, I think, Hazel and Ruby, whoever they may be. Do you know Hazel? Do you know Ruby?
Well, I think they used to be in Michael's store a lot, I think.
That's probably where I got it.
I don't know. I don't know if they're still out there or not.
I don't know either. I haven't really heard of them for a while. And the only thing I have of theirs is this tissue, and I've got 2 different big rolls of it, which is probably going to last me, and you know, long after I pass on.
Good long while, right?
Big, you know, it's a big roll. I mean, it's much tissue paper. So.
Mm-hmm. One of the things you always want to keep handy when you're working with water is some kind of tissue. Because you always have this excess water that you're having to blot. And I like to work back and forth. Like if I have an intense color on one brush, I will use a brush with water to blend out with. So I switch between brushes. And, you know, if I want lines, I will definitely have a liner brush to do my lines with. Just some of the tools that I like to work with when I'm doing this. Because you don't want those harsh lines. You want to blend them out. You guys see what I'm talking about, how that's blending? So I'll show you. I'll pick up a little bit of color. I will add the color like so along the edge. Now I've got a harsh line. So now I need to switch brushes. I'm going to swish this one in water. I'm going to tap it off on my toweling, and then I'm going to take my damp brush and I'm just going to blend out that edging so that it blends in. Thanks, Barb. Jeff's gone to sleep. Oh, I'm probably putting him to sleep with this. I can't wait for spring. I'm waiting for these blossoms to come. I just talked to the arborist. I sent a message to talk to them about getting some arborvitae to replant the hedge that we lost last year. So I'm waiting to hear back from them about, you know, my new plantings this spring. I can't wait for green. Bye, Debbie. Yeah, I understand watching and listening. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. zoom in a little bit here. And let's see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Grab a little bit of that.
Do you guys hear a voice in the background, a male voice? Or
I
is it-
don't.
Okay, good. He's so damn loud. And I've shut the door 3 times. And I shut his door, and then the dog keeps opening the door back up.
You have a helper.
Yep, such a helper. Just like, stop opening the door. He's on a meeting. He's on a meeting for work, and I don't know why he thinks he needs to talk so loud. Does he think they can't hear him? I don't know. I never understand it. But if my microphone's not picking it up, then I won't worry about it. Oh, that turned out pretty cool. I like that. That's a Stabilo pencil, which can, really blend out with water quite a bit. Just get a little bit of marks in here. Can I get a little bit down in some of those?
Just trying to deepen some of those crevices, where the petals overlap. I want to have a little bit of shadow in those areas. Hi, Nell.
Welcome, welcome.
I don't know if I said hello to Beck. Hello, Beck. I saw you there, but I don't remember. I haven't seen your moments today. Oh, my goodness.
Keeping too much. I need to imitate this circular shape. I've got these other shapes, and I'm just trying to decide what I should do. What should I do? I don't know.
Oh, I really want to mix up some more green, but I need to finish my petals. You know how those heart-shaped petals kind of have this little dip at the top? I want to kind of imitate that a little bit too. So like I said, on my channel, I'll have this whole thing in its entirety. So, if you want to know any more detail, that's where it'll be, because we just can't fit it all into this show. Even though we would like to, we don't work that quickly.
I wonder. If I had a piece of paper. What paper do I have? It's tissue paper. If I had that stencil. What shape? What color? Maybe some of that kind of reddish, pinkish, orangish. Reddish, pinkish, orangish. You think reddish, pinkish, orangish sounds like a good plan?
Oh yeah, good color. That was a bit much. That was a bit much.
I didn't do it.
I think I must have hit the opera pink instead of the other one. That's a little bit bright,
The opera pink is so pretty.
but it's so bright.
Yeah, it is. I like it. Where did my orange go? What is my light cadmium orange? Buried. Oh, that color's actually a pretty good choice right there. I don't know where my orange went. It went walkabout.
Uh-oh.
Pink went away.
Couple more of these, and maybe I can go to the greens.
I heard a rumor that the new golden so flat has fluorescents in it that are not so transparent. There's a new paint out.
It hasn't actually posted yet, Barb. As soon as we get the details up, we'll put it out there, but yeah, just not yet. Got to get all the details in place, but watch my
Ingrid, you could absolutely use A-tints as well, but to me, the Stabilo is way more water reactive. Like the intense makes a mark and then you activate it, and in theory, it should, do the whole bleeding out thing to nothing, but it doesn't. It remains with the original mark, if you know what I mean. So that's the reason that I tend to pick up the Stabilo instead, because I want to have the ability to completely bleed if I need to. That makes sense. That's why. But ink tints are awesome, and I have them too. What I really need is like a system sitting right in front of me that has all the stuff. Like I only have some of the stuff out.
yeah.
I need all the stuff.
I will tell you that a lot of the stuff that goes on with me is on my webpage, which is pegrobinson.com. If you're not familiar with that, you can go over there. You can see my other links. You can see, if I've got coupons and things that you can use. If there's things like classes or any of that coming up, that's where you'll find the links. Okay, I think I'll let this blossom part dry down. I want to come back with my pen and redefine, but I also want some of that green leafy stuff in there. So let me go back to my big brush. And I'm going to grab some of that bright green. along with that hookers, because I think I need just a few hints of some greenery behind these blossoms here. So I'm just going to lay that in. In between the petals.
All right. Now let's see if this paid off.
And I've got to let those dry down a little bit because they're starting to lift the color that's underneath. So I'm going to have to hit this with a tool. Not that I want to, but I will. Okay, somebody's asking about the Stabilo versus ink tints. Which one are you using, Shel?
I already actually answered it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about this. Some signature to build. I don't think it's good. Nope. Nope, nope. Gonna have to go some other.
So another water-soluble thing I'm thinking about using here. Let me rinse my brush. Are these crayons? Let's see. I've got some distressed crayon. Let's see, I've got a gray, blue. That's a pretty bright green. Do I have any less? Oh yeah, look at this green. Here we go. Now we're talking. That's better. This one is a Marabou art crayon. It doesn't matter what brand, whether it's Distress, Marabou, whatever. There's lots of different crayons like this. And like in here on the bird, like if I want to give a highlight, I can add some of this crayon real easily and brighten that. And I can go over that with a water brush and it'll be just fine. But what I was thinking about was, blending in I'm off here. Blending in some on these edges and just take a wet finger and blend it out. That brings some of that green in. from the leaves down here. You guys see that? There's the green. And you can just use a baby wipe on this too. Which I had some somewhere. I'm just sticking my finger in the water for now. Because I don't know what I did with my baby wipes. There we go.
I didn't take them.
And they're pretty wet, you know, so you wanna go with caution. You just want to wet your finger a little bit, maybe even dry your finger down a little bit. But I like the effect of the crayon here. Wiped a little bit too much off on the top. So I'll go back and add some more. And let's see, I don't know if I want to add any blue in there or not. I'm thinking that I want to add some blue into the background here. So let's see what that does. Just gives it a little bit more of the sky.
Ingrid, are you saying that I'm impatient? I think she did. She just accused me of being impatient.
Well, I think we all have our moments, right?
Oh, I'm impatient. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He's getting louder. He's annoyed with something.
Yeah, thanks, Vicky. Yep, that's me. And there's a row at the top of the page that says, you know, the other pages that are there. So, I mean, you can go there. It has all my Instagram feed. It has, you know, all of that stuff in one spot for you. But at the top, there's a row of things that you can click on if you want more information. And if you go to that, there are also links on there for people that I associate with, like Carla, because on the additional links page, I think I've got Carla in there because she carries some of my stuff in her store. So, you know, like if you're looking for the stencils, you can go into those additional pages and you can find Carla there. You know, there's a lot of information. I try to provide as much information as I can for you guys out on my web page. Not that I'm that good about keeping that one up to date. I'm bad. Oh, I gotta get a drink of water. Sorry, guys. You like the blue? Yeah, I think it adds a little something. It's kind of like a little sky peeking through the branches, right? I'm thinking I want some more in this area. And maybe a little down here. But the cool thing is, you know, even with all that, you can still see the papers that I originally put down on this piece, which I think is awesome. I like that. I like being able to see that. Just trying to get a little bit of this on the edge. And then I need to come back with my pen and set these paints aside so I'm not rubbing my elbow in them. Which is typical of me, right? Just rub my elbow in it. Get our craggly tree branches here. I love this pen for making tree branches. Just gets those nooks and all that stuff. So what are you guys working on recently? I'd like to know what's getting you going. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, there's always a lot of information in the description box if you guys are looking for stuff. And, you know, if you're not part of Art Joy of Sharing, come and join us. We have a lot of fun. It's a great group. I am just so impressed with all the art that's being shared. I love it. You guys rock and roll.
No else spells splatters. Right? Okay, at least it's balanced now. That's better. And a little more dry. No, I do not have a web page. I have Instagram and Facebook and obviously YouTube, and a blog. But I don't have a web page, and I'm probably not planning on having one. I think I'm going to try one more thing, and then I'm done. The show's almost over anyways. I need a really stiff brush that's really stiff. A stiff brush that's stiff. And a little bit of this gold gesso. I'm just going to do a little bit of dry brushing. Ooh. A bit on here. Where'd my palette knife go? Add a little bit of shimmer. Because why not?
Why not? A little shimmer shine.
Now it's got some shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer. And I believe it is done. Managed to get lots of things messy and lots of things dirty. And so that's always good, right?
Messy and dirty is always fun, right? I think I want to
Okay.
add little bit more dark.
My 4 sad cards of the mood board. With my piece. Of course, I'll sit here and mess with it more. Because why wouldn't you? One thing, as we were talking about earlier about the ink tank versus the Stabilo, a thing that's nice about the ink tints is that it does stay brighter, like it doesn't dull out. The Stabilo, you get it on there and you get it wet and you think it's really dark. You know, it feels dark, right?
Yeah.
But then once it gets dry, it stops being as dark and becomes kind of dull. So, you know, you're trading off the watery activity with maybe the ink tint stays a little bit darker and doesn't get dull because it's ink in a pencil form. Whereas I think the Stabilo is more like watercolor in a pencil form. Also, ink tints comes in an array of colors, and Stabilo comes in fewer colors.
Although they do have colors.
They do have colors. Well, Stabilo makes these woodies, which are the same stuff.
Yeah.
I just used a few of these, and this is like I think 24 colors.
I mean, one of my go-tos. I have a Stabilo blue, which I like to use for shadowing. So, like on here, I might use this blue to shadow around because I don't really want a black in this instance. So I'm gonna take that blue and it's gonna brighten and shadow around my bird here. It's a little bit too wet. But I do like the Stabilo in other colors too. Oh geez, yeah, just mess that up. Let it dry.
Gotta let it dry.
Well, I start touching it like it's acrylic instead of watercolor. That's
I
the
have some
problem
other
with
colors
this
of
medium. You gotta
Stabilo too.
remember which medium
I
you're
don't know where they
using
are.
at the moment. So now it's drier. I can come back and add a little more color in there. And blend it out. And I don't have to use anything that wet. I can just use a wet finger, a damp finger, you know, dampen it on your towel. It was definitely too wet before. Okay, but you can see how that shadowed. Whoops! And I dropped my pen. All right, where to go?
Under the table.
Yeah, under everything. It's actually under the leg of my desk. There it is. Yeah, I was trying to put a few white pen highlights in here just to finish things off a bit. Because we're getting close to the end.
Yep, I think we are.
And I just wanted to
Okay, that's fine. A little bit more contrast. Thing about these little pieces is I can sit here and mess with it until the cows come home. And since I live in Arizona and not in a neighborhood away from fields, I don't think the cows are coming.
The cows
So
aren't coming?
I don't think they are. So
Uh,
that means I could work on it until forever and just keep, you know how you do, just keep fussing with it.
yep.
So I just have to stop. I just stop. Step away from the canvas. Step away.
Yeah, it's easy to keep going. But at some point, I like to get to a point like this and then step away and, come back and visit it again the next day and see just where I feel I need to do something. So I think I pulled off the March mood though.
Yep. I think you did. You got the blossoms, you got the colors, the peachy pink, and the. Yep.
So I got that.
I think our pieces go together.
And remember, if you didn't see Shel and I doing the collaboration last week for, I guess it was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, go check that out because this was a fun project too. My kitty cat shell style.
This is mine in Peg style. She likes these fern things and a lot of grunge. So that's the one that I did.
So that was fun. That was fun doing that. So we've got a couple of things.
So many of these things.
We will be talking about another thing that will be coming up this month, probably next week. We're going to start on another project. Watch for it. It'll be called Journey. So that'll be happening probably mid-month. And that's about it for me. How about you, Shel?
I think I'm done, and I think our time is up. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, guys. And you can always contact us in the group if you have a question.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So thanks for being here with us. We enjoy chatting and seeing all of you, and I look forward to seeing what you're doing.
Yep. You guys get out the mood board, make something that's inspired by the mood board, and then post it in the group. That would be super cool. All right. See you guys later.